connectivity throughout the session. So in case you are logged out or if you sense any technical glitch, you can refresh the page and you will be directed to the platform directly. Also, I would want to introduce our speaker for today. Our speaker for today is Mr. Saurabh Basu, who holds a master's degree in computer engineering and MBA, and he possesses over 25 years of experience in the field of education in India and abroad, and he has spent 20 plus years in Russia and Europe. Also, in connection to his study and work, he is in close association with Russian ministries and educational institutions over 2 decades. As a director of My Tutorials, an online educational portal, he offers consultancy services for admission in Russian universities. Welcome, Mr. Saurabh Basu, and you may now take the session ahead.
Thank you, Asta. Thank you, everyone, for joining the session. So, I think before we start, maybe shall we wait a couple of minutes for others to join? It's still around 2-3 minutes till noon, 12 noon. Maybe just wait for a couple of minutes and then we start, just to give everybody an equal opportunity. In the time, can you write on the chat board that why do you wish to study in Russia? Yes, all of you can write simultaneously. Welcome, Saima. You are from which country and which city? Can you write it on the chat board, please? Oh, welcome from Jeddah. Beautiful city by the Red Sea. So, Saima, can you just write, you are in which class right now and why do you wish to study in Russia? Saima, you are studying in which class now? Okay, you are in grade 11. So you will be appearing for your board exam in 2022. Yes, I understand, Aditi. Uh, yes, fees in India is they're too high. So when you will be Aditi, when you will be appearing for the board exam? Okay, you have already. In which year did you pass the board exam? And what are you studying now? This year. Fine. So have you taken admission anywhere, Aditi? Okay. So NEET was supposed to be held in July, but I think it has been extended, correct? So did they announce the date yet? Got it. Okay, fine. Once again, thank you, everyone. I think let's start it. Already 5 minutes past 12. So, as we have been discussing, I mean, this will be basically on admission to Russian universities. So, when we talk about Russian universities, the first and foremost thing that we should know is that where is Russia? By this time, you must have already done a Google search. So, these pictures you are accustomed with, I mean, conversant with this picture of Moscow. So, if you see that ad here, we are talking of a city called Volgograd. So, Volgograd is somewhere around almost 1,000 kilometers from Moscow, It's in one of the oldest city and a very famous city in Russia. So here, both the medical college, medical university, and the technical universities both are located here. I had spent several years in Volgograd, and this is really a nice place. And all the universities in Volgograd are government universities. So we are talking of these cities, city Volgograd. When we talk of about engineering entrance, admission in engineering courses, it is the our association with the Volgograd State Technical University. In Europe, as you know, that the Russia as a country spreads over both Europe and Asia. Volgograd is located in the European part of Russia, and there and everywhere in Europe and Russia, they mention is as a technical university. So right now in India also, you will notice that all engineering colleges are accredited under some state technical university. So similarly, all government universities in Russia are accredited under the Ministry of Health. So going forward, when we talk of admission in medical universities, we have primarily three cities. One is Volgograd, other is a city which is near Moscow known as Nizhny Novgorod, and the third city is of course Moscow. However, tuition fees in Moscow is relatively high, so that is why usually Indian students they prefer either Volgograd or Nizhny Novgorod. So the basic question is that why to study in Russia? Now, the education in Russia is of international standard. Okay, so and the degree has also gotten international acceptance. The plus point of studying in Russia is that since it is located in Europe, you have an easy access to Europe and US from there. I mean, of our friends, they have relocated to Europe and US right after completing their medical and engineering courses in Russia. Secondly, one more plus point studying in Russia is that you don't need to appear for a second examination for, say, for medical, it is the MD, and for the engineering courses, it is the MTech. In India, the rule is that you once again have to appear for the entrance examination uh, for admission in the MD courses, or you have to apply, you have to pass your GATE exam for admission in MTech courses. However, in Russia, if you are enrolled with any of the universities in Russia, as long as there is no break in your studies, you can straight away go for higher studies without any competitive exams. So there certainly is a plus point study in Russia. And nowadays, you know, I mean, previously students used to go to China, but right now China is completely closed, as we all know. So there is a big rush of students going to Russia, and in view of these, seats have also become limited. So when we talk about what should be the eligibility criteria for admission, so for medical courses, it is the basic eligibility criteria for both medical and engineering courses is that the student should be at +2 pass out with a minimum 50% marks in physics, chemistry, maths for the engineering courses, and in physics, chemistry, biology for the medical courses. So this is the minimum criteria. After that, of course, it becomes, though it is a first come first chance, but all students, higher students with a higher marks. That is why it is always preferable to apply as early as possible. Book your seats. Booking your seats does not mean that you have to pay your tuition fees. Booking your fees, you can book your only by paying an application fees for that. Afterwards, you can always rethink, but usually people like whoever books their seat goes for higher studies. So one thing we wish to emphasize always that seats are limited. It's an preferably on first come first serve time. So the duration when we talk about the duration plus 5 of study. After 5 years of study engineering courses, the student gets an BTech degree, whereas after 6 years of study, which includes internship also in medical, the student gets an MBBS degree. So uh, now for the engineering courses, when we talk of 1 plus 4 years of studies, the medium of instruction is in Russian. However, in the first year, the student is taught Russian language, and the way the students are taught, within the next 4 to 6 months, the students become absolutely conversant with this language. So that is why when the student goes to the first year of the engineering course, it doesn't feel any difficulty with the language. So staying in India, we think that okay, language may be a problem for higher studies, which is absolutely not. There are thousands of students who have graduated from Russia, in tens of thousands rather, students who have graduated from Russia since 60s, and all the students are very well placed. For medical, the currently the instruction is in English, so that you can study in English. So it is a 6 years course. The first year they will teach you Russian once again. However, your medium question, why do they hear in Russian? The simple thing is that since you will be staying in Russia, you have to speak in Russian in everyday life, in the streets, and in your day to day life. So that is why all foreign students who are aspiring for higher education in Russia, the first year, the authorities, the governments, they teach them with the Russian language and make them conversant with it. Okay. So when we coming to the this sessions, usually the session starts from 1st of September. However, this year, considering the pandemic, considering the pandemic scenario, the admissions, while the admissions are open, they delay the session a little bit. Can you see the PPT properly? Can you just write on the chat board, please? I just came to know that the PPT is getting cut somewhere from the sides. So what you can do, you can PPT full screen on. So once I finish, then I will take up question answer from your side. Okay. So But usually, as I was telling you, the session starts from 1st of September, but this year it may get extended a little bit because of the pandemic situation, and students from almost 150 plus countries, they come to study in Russia every year. So when we talk about the tuition fees, it is somewhere 4,000 plus minus $4,000 per year. That is roughly around 3 lakh rupees per year. 3 lakh rupees per year, it includes A, tuition fees, B, your hostel fees, and C, your medical insurance and your living. Roughly it is within, and if you take a budget, if your parents take a budget of 3 lakh rupees, it will be more than enough for a well stay in Russian in hostels. Hostels are usually 2 to 3 seaters hostel. Usually in the first year they provide you to a two to three-seater hostel, so that you get accustomed with international students, and thereafter as you rise up, it becomes either a two-seater or a single-seater hostel. Secondly, coming to the for the medical MBBS courses, MBBS courses cost almost somewhere around tuition fees $7,000. So that is roughly 5.5 5.5 lakhs per year. So when you see that the when you compare the expenses in studying in Russia versus that in India, the expense in studying in Russian universities. One thing I wish to emphasize is that for studying MBBS in Russia, NEET score is a must. That is a requirement of Government of India. So that is why all students aspiring for studies MBBS, they should appear for NEET exam, because NEET score has to be, a copy of the NEET score has to be provided to the university. Apart from these, your 3 lakhs per year or a 5.5 lakhs per year, there is an application fees of 1.5 lakhs. So this 1.5 lakhs, usually what happens, students first apply with their credentials, that is your mark sheet and all other documents, your class 10 and class 12 mark sheets, along with the NEET score if it is medical, to the university. Now, based on the current competition, the university selects the students. Here I can say that if you are applying through my tutorials, your selection, 99% selection will be confirmed. Now, after application, first they will provide you the application letter, the selection letter. Based upon the selection letter, you will be provided a visa, and once you receive your visa, you will be provided with a ticket. Now, all these expenses, visa expenses, ticket, then once you land up in Moscow, it is all the entry to Russia will be through the Moscow airport. So once you land up in Moscow, there will be people who will be meeting you. Then internal transfer by flight or by train to Volgograd. All these expenses are being taken care within this 1.5 lakhs, and this is also being is to be given in step by step in installments. That is, in the first, we have a specific proposal for that. So what I will do, we will forward you all these proposal, that how to pay these these amounts, we have a proposal and we will forward you over WhatsApp. So, once again, coming back to the fees for the medical, it is around 5.5 lakhs. Engineering, it is around 3 lakhs. And over and above, there is an application fees of 1.5 lakhs, which includes ticket, visa, airport transfer, internal transfers from one intercity transfers, which is to be paid in installments, and you land up in Russia. So, as I was telling, the medium of instruction for engineering for the engineering course is Russian, whereas the medium of instruction for medical courses English. So coming back to the engineering, the university offers several courses like the informatics and the computer engineering, information systems, software engineering. You don't have to write it there. We will. All these things are mentioned in the proposal that will be sent to you over WhatsApp. So the plus point with us, going with us, is applying through us rather, is that we have a direct sign up with Russian universities. Secondly, we have our Indian representative in Russia so that they will take care and provide any type of support on your day to day matters. So we have our own. This is definitely a plus point because we have seen that initially when students land up, there are simple reasons. I mean, the first thing is that first 5 6 days it becomes difficulty. It's a difficulty to speak in Russian, and so it's better that somebody to assist them. So all these assistance will be provided by our local representative in Russia. So that is why applying for your higher studies through my tutorials is definitely a plus. Now, apart from the studies, I would just like to intimate you on the student life in Russia. You see, this classes begins early in all government universities in Russia, somewhere around by 8:30 a.m. The class starts from the 8 a.m. Till somewhere around 3 or 4 to 5 p.m. in the evening. Now, after that, there is a huge scope to what to say for your own improve your extracurricular activities. All universities in Russia, they have very well developed, say, sports complex. They have for music, for drums, for musical groups, choirs, photographic club. So, if you name any extracurricular activities, gyms, everything is available for the students and free of cost. So this is a, and you also have in some of the universities they have swimming pools also, all indoors of course. So this is a huge plus that apart from study, there is a very quality student life. All depends upon you how well you can manage your studies, because studies are, I mean, of international standard, but there are lots of Indian students graduating out of it. After the studies, it is not a monotonous thing. You can join your own whatever hobby, extracurricular curricular activities. So there is a very good student life, and most importantly, you will have international friends. Each while in Russia around 150 countries, students from 150 countries join the, I mean, come for higher studies. Maybe your university may have somewhere students from 20 to 25 universities, and that is an excellent opportunity when we talk of exchange of cultural relationships, exchange of languages, and you will really enjoy life in Russia. And you see, I mean, sometimes say ladies, girls, they think that okay, I may be, I mean, be alone there. I would like to say no, it is not like that. Lot of hundreds and hundreds of girls are also have also graduated from Russia, both in engineering and in MBBS, I mean medical courses. So I mean Russia is an equal opportunity, I mean, as a country, and more dominant with the female population. So that is why girls will absolutely, they are safe and will feel themselves comfortable there. Don't worry about it. There is no gender discrimination there in that country, and it is a very friendly country. You know, the relationship with India, it dates back since before even our independence. So view, it's a very, very safe country. So coming back to our service, apart from study abroad and providing consultancies for study in Russia, we are also offering coaching for NEET and engineering entrance examination. So, if you are interested, all these coachings are online, and you may apply us for this. These are very competitive coaching programs, and you may think to join it. Apart from that, we are also providing, of course, so all of you have already passed the class 10 exam. So you can also enroll for class 12 tutorial classes for class 12 board exams. Now what we can do, we can take up questions from there. You can write your questions on the chat board and let me respond to it. Please write your queries on the chat board. Everybody can see it, and I will respond to it. Thank you, Asta, for sharing the registration link. Okay, the first question comes here. After studying in Russia, we can work in Russia only. No, it is not that you can work in Russia. You can definitely work in Russia, and also you can work in any other European or in United States as well. So the rule is that while you are a student, you can eligible internship, and many of the students after completion of internship, they join working in Russian clinics. There these clinics and hospitals are very much developed. However, for working in Russian hospitals, you may need to appear for an entrance examination, which is same across all government hospitals in the world. But otherwise, for working in private clinics and private hospitals, most welcome, no problem. Welcome, sure. So the next question comes from Aditi. If I want to come back in India and work here in some private hospitals, will it be eligible? Yes, yes. Right now the rules have changed, and you will be very much eligible to work in Indian hospital in a private hospitals, because you already have a NEET score. And you see, most interestingly, there had been an article yesterday in Times of India Delhi edition, written by Dr. Devi Shetty. You all must be knowing Dr. Shetty. He is a chairman of the Narayana Hospital, and also a very, very world famous cardiologist. So he has proposed who are from Russia, and they should be also given placement, allowed to work in government hospitals or with a just an entrance examination. Uh, so what we understand currently, that there will be a change in laws also in India shortly, for students returning from Russia, for medical students returning from Russia, and they will be also observed in government this hospitals as well. Private, anytime you can work. That is the reason why the government has made the rule that anybody wish to study medical abroad must have a NEET score. No, you see, the higher the score, the higher your possibility becomes to get selected. So that is why, since you will be appearing for the NEET exam, always try to excel in that, always do your best, and then we will see that how best, I mean, how we can get you admitted there in Russia. Don't worry. That is our responsibility. But as far as you are concerned, you should study well, prepare yourself well to appear for the NEET exam. You should give your best, and I wish you all the best in your exams. Okay, which university will be a better option? When we talk of option, you see, standard wise, all the universities are more or less equal standard, and all government Russian universities offer the best quality of education. Now, what differs is that the tuition fees differs. So what we will do, we will try to provide you some options, say between Volgograd and Nizhny Novgorod or Moscow, and we can discuss it along with you and your parents. Otherwise, the degree wise, it's same. I mean, there is, the industry doesn't differs. I mean, doesn't mix any differentiation with that. Welcome, Aditi. Any other queries from us? So,
Thank
Asta,
you.
please, Asta, I think there are no.
Yeah,
No, somebody Aditi is typing
Aditi is
something.
typing. Yeah.
So once they are through, you can take it over, please.
Yes.
Any query from Saima or Sharon? Yes, you have scored 70% in your board exam, correct? So, yes, it will be sufficient, don't worry. What you need to do is that you need to apply immediately so that we can book your seats, because you see, competition is very, very high there, and you never foretell the competition because it is an international competition. You can also browse the website, you can also check it. The competition is very high, so it is always better for you to apply at the early to assist you. If anyone amongst you would like to join our tutorial classes, most welcome. You can also write it on the chat. So this is our link for the tutorial services. You can copy the link and apply.
Additionally, I would like to say that for our tutorial services, we have an experienced team of professionals who can help you with different subjects like economics, maths, physics, chemistry, biology, English, and psychology. And we also have means like a preparation for GEE and NEET. So, in case you all want to have a crash course for these two means like entrance exams, then you all can also register for the same. Also, in case you all want to go ahead with your admission process to these universities, you can send a message to the WhatsApp number that you see on the screen right now. And y'all can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube for further updates on this. Also, the session for today, the video will be like uploaded on our YouTube channel, so you can subscribe to that. And in case y'all want a copy of it, y'all can drop a message on the same phone number. And we will also be providing you with a feedback form link. So please share your feedback with us.
Okay, there's a question from Saima. Is it true that international students can study for free in Russia? It was true during the USSR, and it was not free. It was the students used to get a scholarship from their own country and sometimes from the Russian government as well. However, currently, study in Russia is not free. After Russia came out from the USSR, it's somewhere in 1992, the rules have changed, and currently, study for international students, it's a paid service. It is not free right now, unless and until, currently the countries do not sponsor students for study in Russia. Yes, Aditi, you can contact me anytime. Sorry, I misspelled your name. So that's my phone number and WhatsApp number. You can always contact me. Anyone amongst you can always contact me. So welcome, Gautami. Welcome, Aditi. So Gautami, you need to complete your eco test. Please go to your eco test or repeat your eco test. Okay, is it really necessary to study Russia? You see, if you were staying in Russia and you will be staying in Russia for 6 long years, so it is always better that you learn the Russian language. It's somehow, you see, you also, I believe you also know, Arabic as well, since you were staying in there. In Jeddah. So certainly it helps you a lot. It will help you understand the culture. It will help you mix with the locals. And ultimately, once you will stay there, then couple of months you will start speaking up, ending up speaking Russian. Hey, don't worry. It's no language in this world is tough. How many languages? Or which language you speak there, Saima? I mean, I hope you speak a little bit of Arabic as well. And secondly, you will never, find out that it's not that you have to learn it separately. The environment will teach you. Good that you know Arabic. You can also mix up with the Arabian students as well. Yes, Aditi, these universities are all MCI approved. All government universities are MCI approved, and also that is World Health Organization approved. Yes, Gautami, you can unmute your microphone. Just click on your name and unmute it. And you can also, I mean, if there are any queries from your side. Okay, there are three options, Gautami. First is Volgograd University, second is Nizhny Novgorod, and third is medical universities in Moscow. Difference is in tuition fees. Moscow is the costliest amongst all, being the capital city. So what are you studying now, Gautami? In which class, or when are you appearing for the board exam? Okay, you are in ninth. So you can, Gautami, you can join our tutorial course classes for your board exam. No, as on now, IELTS is not required for admission in Russian universities. Gautam, it's too early for you. First, you clear your class 10 board exam, and then we can discuss on this. Okay. Okay. That we will discuss with you. Actually, tuition fees. Moscow is a costly city, so tuition fees are on the higher side. Now, exactly how much it will be, we will discuss with you. No, Simon, the thing is that it is always better to have a good score in 10th and 12th, because sometimes when the competition is neck to neck, the university takes an average of the 10 and 12 board exams. So that is why it is always better to be a little ahead of the competition. It is not, 11th is not a board exam. So that is why when it will be, I mean, neck to neck with some other student, the university will always try to take an average of 10 and 12 marks. So if there are no more queries, can we conclude the, let us conclude the session now? Are there any further queries from any of you? So once again, thank you so much for your participation. By this time, yes, Saima is writing something. Okay. Thank you, Saima. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sharon. Welcome. Welcome, Saima. Welcome, Aditi. Thank you, Gautami. So once again, let me look to similar sessions in the future. Sure, Saima, please contact us for any queries. Thank you, Gautami. So we are right now closing this room and concluding the session. I also wish to thank Astha and Sonali for all their supports. Thank you so much. Sonali is typing. Thank you. Have a nice day.